Hey, we're back in a studio. I'm not traveling.
Rock and roll, man. Yeah, welcome back.
Not joking. It's been over a month since I've even stepped foot in this building.
It has been a minute since we've shot a video.
It has. I know we said we were done with club reviews. We're not actually done with club reviews.
Yeah, we actually caught the club. I think we hit one of them, but now we have all three models.
We've hit one, but we didn't shoot a video on it.
Correct.
We shot a video on the Srixon ZX driver. But today we have the full ZX iron line from Srixon, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. Like we said, we have the full set, the full boat of Srixon irons, the 5, the 4, the 7. We got them.
Let's hit them. All right, well, we put the camera back. I'm not gonna lie, full lazy man here. I've been in Cancun, South Carolina, wherever the hell Pinehurst is, and then Dominican Republic for the last 3.5 weeks.
I've been in Fort Worth.
Working your ass off, because while I've been enjoying tropical weather, it's been pouring here.
Yeah, pouring down rain, hail, all kinds of stuff.
So with that being said, we do have apparently one review left to do. So if it's your first time either on the 1611 travel channel,
yeah, words are tough.
It's been a while, man. If it's your first time on the 1611 channel or the Maverick Golf channel, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button and ask us questions. We want this to be an interactive thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And we want to answer your questions in this video specifically about the Srixon irons. Like I said, we're not going to go into the Z Forge, which has been around for a little while now. That's the true blade. But we are going to hit the 4s, which is the most game improvement.
Yep.
The 5s, which is middle of the road, and the 7s, which is the tour level. Yeah, it's one of those irons that most of the guys on tour, I believe the stat is about 80% of the irons on tour are the ZX7. There's some Forges out there. There's even some 5s out there. But this is the primary one. Yep. So notable, Brooks Koepka switched to it a few months ago.
Yeah, it was like right when they came out, right before they came out.
And obviously the most notable at this point would be Hideki winning the Masters with the 7s in the bag. Actually has 1 5 in the bag.
Oh, is that
4 iron?
3 or 4?
Yeah, and then he's got the ZX utility for the other one. So check out the next video, which is going to be on the ZX utility as well.
Got them all.
So we have the 7 at the moment. Aaron's going to hit it. What we're going to do is our normal thing. We're just going to hit a few shots. I might not hit the 7 since you got it in your hand. I might hit the 5. We'll talk about differences and hopefully help you make a better decision if you're looking in the market for these irons.
Yeah, let her rip. So looking down at the 7, kind of has the same look that the Srixon, like the 7 had the previous one, the 760s, I think is what they were. Kind of a thin top line, good looking toe, not super drastic. The back is where they've changed things, which when you set it down, you don't see the back. But when you look at the back, there's a lot going on back there. Sole pattern looks a little bit thicker on this than what or a little bit wider, sorry, not thicker, but just a little bit wider sole than what the previous run have. Still has that that little bevel that they put on it that looks so good with them.
Yep.
That's just to help. Oh, and we do have Modus 120S in these in case you care about that.
So this is probably, as far as looks, I'd say it's kind of standard of the road of a player's iron. Not a lot of offset. Top line, more traditional now, which is a little bit thicker. It's not good. If you're a blade player, this is going to have that really, really tiny top line. It's going to have a little bit of a thicker top line than what you used to, but think back to like the Titleist AP2s, the Apex Pros. Yep. It's a very similar top line to all of those.
Ooh.
I think the big thing here, and this is going to be the hardest. Yikes, Aaron. Yikes.
Hey, I preface this with a month and a half off and there's Chris in the background.
Hi, Chris.
After that month and a half off on Saturday, definitely moved 1.5 tons of flagstone. And not just moved it, but chiseled it out of concrete, picked it up, and put it somewhere else.
So feel-wise, talk through it a little bit.
Crazy soft.
Crazy soft.
Extremely soft. And really, you get the, I'm hitting a bunch of these on the toe, you get the feeling of where it is, but it's not like a clunky towards the toe or towards the heel.
Yeah.
You know, you get
If you
feedback.
Yeah,
if you
put a blade down, like if you put my Hom, the TR20Bs, or even the Srixon Z Forged down, you put a pretty stiff shaft on it. Let's say a Project Deck 6.5, you know, a C taper, something like that. You're gonna get, if you miss the center, you're gonna get kind of clanky, weird feedback. That's just what blades do. This is not that. If you toe or heel it, you're still gonna get feedback, but it's gonna be a more solid feedback from toe to heel. You'll be able to tell the difference though, from center to
center
toe to
strike.
heel.
Center strike is very, very good.
I was hoping TrackMan picked that little miss up.
Don't worry about that little guy. So that's the 7.
Yeah, so we're gonna run through. So I actually have the 5 in my hand as Aaron knocks down the AC. So one thing that I think is pretty cool between the 7 and the 5, from the top line, is the exact same footprint.
Okay.
Same size head. Again, top line. So toe to heel, it's got the same surface area from toe to heel in the face, and the top line is the exact same thickness. Where you're gonna have, obviously, your biggest difference is you're gonna have way more weighting on the downside. So even the back is designed similarly. There's just more weighting on the sole side of the back of the golf club.
And talk a little bit that insert they have in there.
Well, that's the 4.
Huh?
There's no insert in this one.
No, I don't mean insert. Sorry, that tungsten weight that's right there.
Oh yeah,
that they have running
so
to it.
On the toe of this one, and it's in the 7, but nowhere near as much of it. But on the toe, on the backside, there's a tungsten weight here on the toe. If I remember correctly, and how they talked about this, that's supposed to not only give you more mass beneath the golf ball to help get some more loft on the ball, hit the ball a little higher. It's also supposed to help that toe close down just a little easier.
Okay.
So not drastic amounts of things. In fact, you know, the fitters, when I was talking to them, you know, a lot of people come in and go, oh, the 7's the club I want to hit. Okay, 9 times out of 10, the amateur players end up hitting the 5. It looks the same, it feels the same, it's still a forged club.
Just gives a little more forgiveness.
Yep, it's just a little bit more forgiveness. And in this one, should be the same shaft. It's the Modus 3 Tour 105 in a reg. So this is my yellow spinning, but that's
lighter.
Okay. Yeah, a little lighter. But again, it's just soft. That's probably left. Yeah. There's the old hood. I mean, it's a little left. Also, as a note, you're hitting the 6
iron. Yeah.
This is a 7 iron. One thing on this, if you notice, now I'm about 8 yards longer than you on the irons.
Yeah, I'd say 8 to 10.
Or at least used to be. I don't know if we are anymore, but
I can tell you're a lot longer right now.
But one thing is that the feel is pretty similar. I'm trying to hit little baby cuts and I actually am doing it, which is what I was going to say.
Yeah, like Ron was saying, to speak to that is like you got that little bit thicker sole, those things, and that's helping that player that gets possibly a little bit steeper, your average golfer, helps get better launch, a little better spin looks, all of that.
Now, one thing too is what we consider standard in the industry, which changes a lot. That is a degree strong from standard. So the 7 is a degree strong. This is 2 degrees strong.
Okay.
So the 5s are a little stronger, and then the 4s, when we get there, are even stronger.
Even stronger. I like it.
Yeah, so that was thinned a little bit, and I lost my balance, but I'm still gonna. No, I'm not. Distance-wise, I still got away with it. But they feel similar. I know that both of us hit that, but you've hit the 7, so why don't you just give one swing on that one, and just from a feel perspective before we dive into the 4. This is probably from top to bottom the best feeling set of irons.
Yep.
That I've seen in a while.
Completely agree.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to see Aaron's total dive a little bit there. That's because he was in a 6 and now it's in a 7. Call it 7.5.
That would have been towed.
That's okay. So, you know, what I've also seen too is, you know, previously you had a lot of professionals that play combo sets. So they would go blades, pitch through like 7-ish iron, 6 or 7 iron, somewhere in there, and then they go to like a cavity back or a CB club on the high side. This is kind of, if you're gonna play a combo set, there you go. If you're gonna play a combo set, this is kind of what most guys have done, is they go the 5s on the 3 or 4, whichever they start on.
There we go.
5 and 6, and then the 7s on the 7 iron.
I'll say this: what Ron was saying about the look of the club, it makes a combo set extremely easy to go to because the top lines definitely look identical to each other. Like you can get the forgiveness in your whatever, 654, whatever there at that top end of your bag, but you're not looking down at two different golf clubs. You're not looking at some fat, chunky thing down there in your long irons,
Yep.
and then something skinny in your short irons. Like that's, I'd say for anything, that's the best thing about the 7 and the 5.
Now, the 7 and the 5 are pretty similar.
Just gonna walk right in front
How's
of
it going? Now the 4. The 4 is the biggest departure from the set. This is more of your hollow body design. Think PXG, think TaylorMade P790. It's in that ballpark. Honestly, Srixon for a long time has been more of a player's club. This is their attempt at to be a more game improvement club.
This is what I'll say about this. Like looking at all the clubs on the market right now. Okay, Callaway. I'll pick on Callaway. Their stuff's great. So they have the Pro, the Apex, and the DCB.
Yep.
So this would be like their DCB.
Kind of.
This is a smaller face and a smaller top line than
Yes.
the DCB. Or even Mizuno has Hot Metal Pros and Hot Metals. This is smaller than that. Now you do, I know we got a little footage of it. This one, I feel like I can see
Yep.
the sole about halfway back. Towards
So
the heel, I can see it.
I would say comparing it to like the DCB and some of the other, even the P790s, I feel like this is the thickest sole.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
that being said, it's also got the smallest top line of all those. It is still bigger than the ZX7
Correct.
and 5. Also, the sound drastically changes.
It still feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's still solid club. I mean, Srixon's known as being that kind of Japanese forgery.
Good forge.
They're in there with the Mizunos of the world and
Mizunos and Miras and stuff.
Homnas, Mira, yep, and all of those. You know, the design behind, the idea behind this one, at least in my opinion, is it resembles a lot of the ZX Utility,
Yeah.
which is going to be their 2, 3, and 4. I think they might even have a 5 iron. So the idea is to take that set, take what they do on that Utility Club, which is a phenomenal club, by the way, and bring that down through a set because they wanted to have a more game improvement option. Now, with that being said, Srixon, the company of Srixon is also Cleveland Golf and is also Exio and Asics, believe it or not. Asics
Yes,
Golf.
Asics. Yeah, their shoes and stuff.
Which, by the way, they don't go to a 14. I learned that because I wear a 14.
Asics are my favorite run shoe, but clearly I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, well, I like to power walk on my way to the fridge to get a beer. So this is a slightly more, the reason why they went with a smaller head is because for true game improvement guys, they have that whole Exio line and Cleveland line. So Exio is going to be the higher end, more PXG kind of capable, and then the Cleveland line, the launcher stuff, all that's going to be on the cheaper side. This kind of comes in between them, and it does shift just a hair towards the better player. So if you've got a 20 handicapper that's on a verge of being an 18, they might want to go to this, or if they're just used to playing a smaller head and they want to go to more game improvement. My dad's a great example. He went with the 4s. He wants a little more distance, but he still wants the feel and the look of more of a forged idea. So it fit him a little bit better. We also went with a very, very light shaft because my dad is also 74 now. So, but it's a very well-rounded line, and they've done a very good job from feeling from top to bottom. And I'm going to take the 4s out of this, you know, because that does look different. But the 5s and the 7s are very close to the same club. With launch characteristic changes and de-lofting a little bit to try and get a little bit more distance. So they really hit a really large gambit of players, you know, top to bottom in the ZX line of irons.
Yep. I said it a while back. We both did after we both had hit it beforehand. Like, take it for what it's worth, for what you're paying for it, which is nothing. I believe that 7 is probably one of the best irons to come out in a while. Probably 5 years, 6 years.
Brian Wilson, former tour player, teacher, we call him B-Dub. We mentioned him a couple times. We got talking a little bit about it, and he even came in and said might be the best set of irons he's ever played in his career. They are
good.
Phenomenal. Now,
it's going to take you a minute to get them in.
I was going to say the one downside of, and that's true with almost every manufacturer right now, is things are a few months out. So if you like the idea of doing this set of clubs, I would tell you to get fit and figure out what you want on the sooner side.
Get it going quick, because it doesn't matter the manufacturer unless somebody has it sitting on their shelf right now. I mean, it's 4 to 8 weeks.
Which I was in
across the board.
I had to grab a glove quick the other day. and I ran into PGA Superstore in South Lake. They had no Srixon golf clubs left in stock. They had spots for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
but no clubs.
Callaways are running the same way, like those Apex Pros. Good luck.
Right.
Yeah. So, Srixons, check them out. Here at 1611, we have them. Come in, hit them, check them out, get fit, see what you think.
Yeah, great club. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you guys haven't posted in a while, so hopefully you get back in the
This will come out quick, yep.
You got some challenges and stuff from previous that you need to post, so get those up because I think I won some of them. No, I didn't actually.
I only
win
put the
any
ones
of
up
them.
that I win.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah.
That's what I do on mine, so perfect.
Let them go to
At least
the
you're not
delete
posting
box.
the same video. That's nice. And then I've got, right now I'm in the middle of releasing all of the Cancun golf courses we visited. If you didn't know this, I also own a golf travel company and we've been gearing way back up. A lot of cool events coming up. Maybe one with Aaron. We can
Fingers
drag
crossed.
his ass out of Fort Worth a little bit.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
But check out all those other videos for us. Again, if you haven't done so already, Aaron said, you know, the free advice that we give on this is almost free. All we ask is that you click that
Just
little red subscribe
one little
button.
thing we ask of you.
Yep. And then
Click it.
interact as much as possible. And if you really, really like us, which there's not many people, so
Come see us.
Mom, Dad, Lauren, please share it.
Share it with somebody you know.
Yeah, other than us, because we already know.
Yeah. So, thank you all for checking in.
See you later.